Well, shall we find something to sacrifice to the gods of Twitch and find out if this stream could actually be one entire segment? Is it too much to beg for that? And the birdie sings. It is right on the hour by that clock, and time for the Sunday afternoon stream. Hello, everybody. Gonna do some spinning today. I have not been spinning, I think, for like the last month, because I know that lots of spinning is coming up in 1st of July, right, for Tour de France's Tour de Fleece. I also know that I will continue on with the Olympic spinning during that time after that. So it isn't so much that I'm saving things for it, it's just that I don't want to burn myself out spinning and then having to spin, right, that length of time. But this poor blues study, I call it the blues study, it's a Shetland. There were 3 colors, a light blue, medium blue, dark blue. This is the medium. I have, over the period of 2.5 years, spun the other 2. It has had various and sundry journeys. This went to the state fair and got a blue ribbon, fittingly. But I have 6 of these bats left, and then the yarn will all be spun from the blues study. So I just said, it has been sitting around on my bed over here that keeps all the fiber and everything. I said, it is time to get this spun. So we're going to do that today. I don't know how much talking I'll do. I don't know if I saved any of this or not, but I've got this little extra chunk there that I am going to... Oh, and this says 9 bats. That's not what I have. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't think there's anything anywhere else. I hope. So I will correct that. Maybe I've already spun 3. I don't remember. Every day is a joy in my life because I have no memory of what I've done, and so everything is all brand new. I could diz this. Kind of like dizzing stuff. It's fun. It has a fair amount of vegetable matter in it for having been... Oh, well, it wasn't combed, it was drum carded. So, yeah, it will. And maybe this was carding waste. I wouldn't be surprised. Combing waste, sorry. Said the wrong thing. This might have been combing waste. Alright. Get myself comfortable. One of the things... Oh, look, see? I did. I've already spun 3. And not too long ago, because that fiber on there is exactly what I'm doing, so evidently there is some yarn already done. Let's see if I can attach it to that way. It's going to be thick, but that's alright. Alright, this is pulling it a bit too much. I don't know how. Oh, I know one thing I want to do. I'm going to give it a drop of oil. Make sure I'm going the right direction. I am. Okay. What was that? Oh. So I hope everybody's been having a good weekend. Very warm weather here. It's summer-like. I debated about turning on the air conditioner and did not. The house is staying reasonably cool without turning it on. I was a little uncomfortable when I was doing things, right? Busy doing things around the house and everything, but just sitting here, it's not too warm at all. Hubby is outside. He was mowing. Yes, hubby is always mowing because this time of year we have so much to mow and it grows so fast that by the time he finishes with the first section that he mowed, or the last section, the first section needs mowed again. If that makes sense. And really, it's tedious to sit on a mower for hours and hours and hours on end, so, you know, you break it down to a little bit every day. Works out pretty good. As long as it isn't raining. Meanwhile, I haven't been doing too much. Been working on archiving photos. I told you about it last time, but with all of the stupidity of Twitch making 9 segments out of my last stream, you might not have heard the story. I'm not sure it's even there. I took those 9 and weeded out 4 of them so that there are 5 right now. I cannot archive a stream that's like that. And the bad part about all of it is that they're not in order at all, right? That's what really irritates me. I don't understand why on the listing it can't be in order. It makes no sense at all to me. They do date-wise in order, but these all have the same date, right? So anyway, I don't know if I rename them 1, 2, 3, 4, but I'm just so over it. I am giving Twitch one more chance today. I'm using Streamlabs, one more time today. Because we had the internet company working on our internet all day yesterday. I hardly had any internet most of the day yesterday. So, in all of that, I'm hoping they did something that fixes. So I'm doing one trial stream today. If this doesn't fix it, then I'm going to stop using Streamlabs. And I'm going to go and use Twitch Studio, which does not put it in the same place, right? You can go to Twitch, you can go to my channel and still see it, just like you do with the Streamlabs. So it really shouldn't affect it. It responds to the internet when I'm having these problems where Streamlabs stops and starts. Well, the way Twitch responds to it is just to burp, basically, and block out some of my speech. So I sound like I'm stuttering or talking weird. Skipping words. Right. I don't know which is more annoying. Having it all in one stream and having that verbal discrepancy like that, or having it sound better, but in 5 separate streams of under 5 minutes and under. That's the other thing. I streamed close to 2 hours, and I had about 45 minutes of stream posted. Where did it go? I have no idea where it went. So they came and worked on my internet not because I asked them to. They didn't come here per se. They were in our valley. They were sending notices all the time saying, we're still working on it. You're going to see lack of service and, this sort of thing. We're improving your service, blah, blah, blah. Well, we'll see. That was a long swallow of coffee so I could finish it before it cooled off too much. So if it doesn't fix my problems with Streamlabs, I'll go to Twitch and not archive them. Because I can only do the archiving through Streamlabs. Up to now, they say I can stream, live stream to Yahoo. I do that all the time. To YouTube while I'm streaming. I don't know how to do it. So maybe I need to look into that. Might increase my viewers. We have an ad break in 1.5 minutes. So, I'm drowning my misery today in spinning. It's one of the most chilling things I can do and relax and enjoy it. I have been pretty steady busy all week long. We had to buy a new printer, and in the process of that, hubby said, I want to get a new computer, because he's using the computer that was mine before, when I was podcasting, and when I went to streaming, I had to get this computer. So he was using that old computer for years, and it's so slow and probably bogged down with who knows what viruses, but whatever. He was just doing it mainly to get on the internet and also play solitaire. So we bought him a new computer. We had to set that up. I set the printer up. Now I think I can print from both computers, mine and his, and I have paperwork that has to be printed off the internet to finish up some stuff for Mom's. The last of Mom's estate stuff. So I need to do that. That is my highest priority. Now that this is all taken care of. And then after that, I have a ton of stuff that I have to list to sell on eBay. And that takes time. For the last 6 months, I've been telling people, well, don't worry about catching me live. go watch the VODs. Now the VODs are broken, which is video on demand, on the Twitch channel, on my channel. So now I'm like wanting to encourage people to come back and be with me live, which is harder. I know it's harder for people to do that. They have lives too. Just as I do. I hardly catch any streams anymore. So, it's a big week next week. My birthday is Wednesday. And I'm starting to celebrate tomorrow. My daughter is taking me out to lunch. So that will be nice. My grandson has said that he wants to bake me a sweet treat. I don't know exactly when that's going to happen, but my daughter and I are both encouraging the kitchen skills that my grandson is showing a lot of interest in. We think a lot of it is the tools, but still, it's alright. If he likes making food, he certainly likes to eat. But he doesn't have a lot of patience yet, and sometimes kitchen work takes a lot of patience. So, you know, it just depends how much he enjoys it and how much he'll do. And for you that are live, we have you're in an ad, I know. I'm just going to sit here and spin for a little bit. Alright, welcome back. I've just been spinning. I have 6 bats. I'm hoping I can get 3 on a bobbin. I don't think so. More than likely, let's see. If I put 2 on a bobbin, then that won't work either, as far as... Oh yeah, it would. I could ply half of one bobbin with... I don't know. Would that work? Ply half with the second bobbin, and ply half with the third bobbin? I could try that. I don't know how much is going to fit on a bobbin, so I'll have to figure this out as I go here. I didn't write down what I'm doing here. Oh, go away. I didn't ask for you. Bumped my mouse. Okay, let's see. I am spinning medium blue of Blue Study Shallot. 6 bats. I take these notes, and then if I don't archive this, I don't need them. Oh well. Go on as you intend, right? I intend that this will be working today. So, back to my week. Tuesday and Thursday will be home. Wednesday. So Thursday, I'm going to be streaming on Thursday. Because Wednesday we are going out to celebrate. We are doing a derby thing. It's called the Chow Wagon. They have the food trucks. It's on the river. They have the food trucks. They have music. If you stay late after dark, they have a drone show, which is pretty cool. I've never seen one live. I've seen a couple of them on TV for derby coverage. One of the things we watched, I guess it was this morning, was they picked the posts. You know, the posts, which slot the horse will come out of for the derby race. They also picked it for the Oaks, which is a race that's held on Saturday for a certain class of age and all that of racehorses. I think it's a fillies. I think it's for fillies. So that was kind of interesting. For mainly the reason they really name these horses with very unusual, distinctive, but easily pronounced and easily remembered names. And they also gave the reason, what they won and why they were in the Derby, right? Because you can't just say, oh, I have a horse, I want to be in the Derby. You are selected to be in the Derby based on how your horse is doing. What races they have run, not necessarily won, but run, and they have to be specific age range, right? All the horses are of a specific age range, so it's equal. The Pokemon is a Clobbopus. Clobbopus. Or maybe it's Puss, I don't know, it's P-U-S. It's not two S's. I can't be bothered to stop and type. I'm spinning. I hope that music's not too loud. I'm enjoying it because I can hear it, and I'm afraid that since I can hear it, it might be too loud. I finished a book, and I've been reading on 3 different ones. I can't quite land on one to be the only one I read right now. So I don't know. Right now I'm reading the biography of Eleanor of Aquitaine, and I started that a while ago because I know I've talked about it on the stream as reading it, but I'm back to reading that now. She is in a great big entourage that the king she is married to put together going on the Crusades. So it's in the 1100s, and they're marching across the land to get to Jerusalem. Right now they're in Constantinople. Although Constantinople is not too happy they're there. It's such a tremendous number of people, entourage, and they are, a lot of it is an army. They are in the mood to take what they want, right? And so they were not very popular with the locals. Hang on. Sorry. Oops. Some escapee fiber. At least it didn't make it down to the floor. I love this blue. I call this colonial blue. I'm not sure why, but it's what I think is the closest to color charts I've seen in cross stitch and that sort of thing. I don't know what they'd call it in my dye fiber powder. I use Country Classics mostly. I have used other things. I mean, they're all everything I've used for wool is the acid dye. You put a little vinegar with it. But the only time I had special dyes was for when I was dyeing silk. You do not do acid dyes with silk. So I bought the special dyes for that. Anyway, I started talking about what I've been doing. I've been archiving photos on my computer. So when hubby was going to get a new computer, one of the things I did was go through the old one and take as much of it off that was pertinent, like when we did income tax, and tons of pictures. All sorts of our travels, pictures of my grandson since his birth. So, I mean, it started like back in 2010. And I really think most of them are on Shutterfly, but I don't want to assume. So I copied everything on thumb drive, not all at once. I did it in bits and pieces, but transferred it over to my computer, right? So now I can just sit there and work with it. Well, one of the things I really have to make sure I archive somehow is videos, because you can't put videos on Shutterfly. And Shutterfly is really about my only photographic cloud storage. I have some through Microsoft, but it's just so stupidly inaccessible. It's not. I don't like using Microsoft Cloud storage. So it really, I think it's set up for businesses and people working and transferring files from one person to another, as opposed to permanent archive storage. And there's not that much of it associated with my account anyway. So I have been having the walk down nostalgic lane, especially the videos of my grandson, which, you know, were numerous when he was a baby, and talking. It's really good after he started talking. Love hearing him talk. And there is 3 times, 4 times as many still photos as the videos. So there is a whole bunch of things to go through. I'm focusing on the videos right now. In fact, I have to finish it, a little bit of it tonight, and put the videos I've set aside on a thumb drive for my daughter, because it's got, I'm not sure she has these. I'm pretty sure she has an awful lot of the still photos, because I gave her access to the Shutterfly, and I also, before that, was a lot of times making prints through Shutterfly. You know, they would have a deal where you could get 100 prints. They also do their books, and every once in a while they would have special deals where you got a free book. So I had those too during his infancy, and got her a copy. It's so time consuming. It's fun, but it's really time consuming. Hubby wanted me to put it on his new computer too, so he has been looking at them, but he doesn't do any of the work. It's too complicated to think about. Okay, I gotta make a folder, put this in to put and check against Shutterfly. I've got to figure out what the date is on this and make folders with the year dates, so that all the year stuff is together, and, you know. That's the kind of work I'm doing. Sorting and filing. So he just watches them. Whatever is in whatever, mostly as it came either off the camera or out of our phone and into a folder when we did the transfer. There's a lot of celebs in here, unfortunately. Pulling a lot of this out. Where'd the rest? There it is. That's one bat. It's very unlikely. I think I'm going to go 2 bats to a bobbin and do what I was talking about. As far as applying. Really, I should do 4 bobbins. I should do 2 bats on 2 bobbins, and then that leaves 1 bat per bobbin that I would use to ply, and yeah, that's what I'm going to do actually. That would work better. Then I don't have to try and guess how much to, well, it should work the other way around. I should just ply until I run out, but I'm assuming I'm going to run out of this bobbin and not the applying bobbin. I don't know what I'm going to do if I run out of the applying bobbin. I'd have to take whatever single is left and make it a ply ball. It's no different than what I do normally. Maybe I'll just do 3 bobbins. Trying not to make it so complicated. Just want it to work. Now the music got real quiet. Probably can hear the spinning wheel. Boy, I could not sleep for nothing last night. I did not have caffeine. I don't know what was going on. Hubby was up quite late too, but he always is. That's normal for him. Poor Newman. He'd come get in bed, and I'd lay in bed for a while, and I'm not going to fall asleep, so I get up. And after a while, he'd come strolling into the living room, get up on my lap a little bit, and then about that time, I'm ready to go back to bed. So I put him down, and he gets back up in bed, and he gets all settled, and, falls asleep or whatever, and I get back up. And it's like, in fact, for most of this morning, or until way past lunch, he was not around. He was sleeping on the bed. It's like, man, I was up all night. She kept me up all night. Silly kitty. He is a faithful soul. He is a faithful kitty. Wants to be with me or on my lap. Well, that was a crappy joint. There. Got a cramp in my foot. I think, I want to check something really quick. I think there's a fiber fair in Lexington, Kentucky. Mother's Day. Yeah, May 18th and 19th. The Traveling Yarn Yogi heads to Lexington, Kentucky. Woohoo! Well, the fiber gathering is meeting again. That's what we just did. And they're meeting this Friday and Saturday again. No, that's something different. Huh. All right. Gotta make a few notes here. Give me a little piece of paper. All right, we've got May 3 and 4. Fiber gathering. 103 High Street. I think that's Nicholasville. And then we've got Saturday and Sunday. May 18, May 19. Okay, Lexington. That's Kentucky Sheep and Fiber. Cool. Okay. Anything else? Nope. Oh, I must turn off my music. Hi, Kay. How are you today? Can't see my bobbin very well. Yeah, could use some more. I was just looking up, there's 2 fiber festivals in Kentucky in May. One I didn't know about. I don't know if I'll go there or not. It's this coming Friday and Saturday. And then the one I do know about, which is in Lexington, I'll probably go Saturday, Sunday, following weekend, I'll probably go to that. Whoa, got a big piece of V in there. I should say vegetable matter. Using the abbreviation make sound a little weird and be mistaken for something else. So we're not going to do that anymore, if I remember. What is that? Silcoon? Oh man, that is weird. Looks like a silkworm. It really does, yeah. Oh, I didn't get it. I haven't spun silk for quite a while. I mean, a long time. I've got to make sure I have that worked into my plans for Tour de Fleece. I know I have some in the inventory. Some fiber. I think I need a stretch break and a drink. I sure miss having the two cameras. I thought that was causing all the problems, and I never put it back, and I'm still having problems, but I don't know. I think Streamlabs has a hard time handling two cameras. And Twitch Studio can't. It just flat out doesn't handle two. Well, I'm not going to have any trouble having two bats on each bobbin, so that'll work out good. Now, if I do it the way I'm saying, ply one bobbin with one bobbin, and then what's left, ply with the second bobbin. I don't think that, I still, in my brain, it keeps saying that won't work. So if I have 2 bats on, I wonder if I should maybe try, I may go ahead and try getting 3 bats on, and then just only have 2 bobbins. I think that's what I'm going to do. I mean, that's the traditional way to do it. I just was afraid that this bobbin wouldn't hold 2 bats, and it might not. I mean, 3 bats. I know it'll hold 2. Couldn't use my Aura. I've got the one project on there halfway done, and I didn't want to. I don't have that many bobbins for it. I have more bobbins for this. Of course, if I keep pulling stuff out, I'm not going to have a lot left. Just see if I can get hubby to put my new carding cloth on. My drum carder before, so I can do some stuff for Tour de Fleece before the actual tour. See what he thinks about that. Bird startled me. $4. I have not given any real serious consideration into what I'm going to submit to the fair. If I do my dyeing, the dye days, I'll have that for the fiber. I suppose while I'm doing all that spinning during Tour de Fleece, which is usually when I do my spinning for fair anyway, I'll just make sure I get the categories covered. I'm trying to make the year go by faster, I think. Don't need to do that. Nope. Oh, that's junky. Wow. Well, it's not a very exciting stream, but it sure is relaxing for me. This is so relaxing and delightful. Color that I like, wool Shetland that I like, easy to spin, even though I am picking stuff out here and there. Still a really easy spin. This is why you can tell it's Shetland. That lock is so characteristic with the crimp right there. That crimpiness. I mean, other breeds have it too, but hi, Knitter. Oh, I thought you were saying it was nice to see me eating and sitting on the deck. I wish I was. I bet you are having a lovely afternoon then, sitting on the deck. How wonderful. Happy spring. It's like summer here. It's so warm out. Although it's overcast. I noticed earlier today I was kind of grumping around, feeling kind of grumpy, and I'm like, why am I grumpy? It's spring, it's warm, I'm not cold in the house like I am a lot of times in the wintertime. Why am I grumpy? And I realized it was because the sun wasn't shining. It was gloomy outside. I wonder why that rigged comes on that Pokemon. I mean, it hasn't shown up at all. Oh yeah, there's one. I don't know. Why it shows up on some and not others. We were surprised to see watermelons at the grocery store for $5. They're the seedless little, they're not little, but they're not the big oblong one either. We realized probably they brought in a special shipment for people buying food for the Derby and Derby parties. But still, I felt like it was taking a chance by buying it, and because it's so early in the season. I knew it was probably shipped in from somewhere, but when they're shipped like that, a lot of times they aren't as good as if you get it local. However, I was right, it's not local, but it was good. It was really good and sweet and juicy, and I was like, this is wonderful. Cut that up earlier today. Already had some. I'll probably have some more. I am doing it looks forward, but technically what I'm doing is a woolen, because I'm pulling out of the fiber supply back here, my camera, move my camera so you can see this better. There. Okay, so I'm pulling out of the fiber supply back here, and I'm stopping the twist while I pull. I'm not really stopping the twist at all, ever. I pull on it, right, but I let go. So the twist runs all the way back to the fiber supply. That is a woolen draft. Now, the difference is a worsted draft, I'll get into the camera here, is you go like this. You hold the twist and pull the fiber right up next to, some people might call that a forward draw, but that is a worsted twist because the twist is prevented from running back into the fiber. Alright, so that was worsted, this is woolen. You let go, you pull it, and you let go and pull it. And your twist runs all the way back to your fiber supply. If you know what I mean by woolen and worsted, woolen has more air trapped in it. It's still thin, but it has more air trapped in it so that it is warmer, supposedly. I have no idea. I mean, I understand the concept of a forward draft, but I don't know what people are referring to when they talk about it. All drafting is forward, technically. I can't imagine a backward draft. Backward draft might be the woolen where people pull the fiber back. I pull my fiber back like that. Maybe that's a backward draft, right? And the worsted is a forward draft. Because I do pull my fiber backwards. I tend to kind of combine both. Pull from the fiber supply and pull backwards. Also, technically, that the way I'm spinning should really only be done from bats, roving, and the worsted should be done from top, where the fibers are aligned. Right, I got slubs. You are welcome. Sorry, you guys may be in ads. You didn't forewarn me on this. I'll wait till everybody's out of the ad. If I remember what I was going to say. Okay, it says you are back from ads if you were in the ads. The only other thought I have, continuing on the worsted woolen, is I cannot do 100% all the way through one or the other because of the need to sometimes go down real close to the fiber supply to, take care of a tangle, to pull it right, to control the fact that I only have a very small amount of fiber because I'm at the end of what I was spinning, the drafting. So, yeah, it's mostly I'll stick with whatever I choose, woolen or worsted. But there are times when for getting what I want in the single, I have to go down real close to the fiber supply, and it really is like I'm spinning worsted instead of woolen. But if you don't tell, I won't tell. Most of it is woolen. And you're welcome for the information. I always am happy to talk about the spinning. Or anything, really. Well, let me put my back here so you can see my bobbin. Now you can't see my fiber. Oh, it really got thin. One nice thing about spinning this way, a lot of the vegetable matter falls out this way. Not all of it, but a lot of it. I just saw a little piece hanging on there. It was not going to go. You pinch it just before the source. I'm afraid it will spin too thick. Yeah. It's a timing thing to do what I'm doing. I mean, you just got to keep a steady rhythm to the drafting, which is why it's kind of annoying when I have to stop and pull out slubs and that sort of thing. But once you get the feel for this, you'd be really surprised how even it comes out. Out of the fiber supply, you have to have a fair amount of fiber supply. It's to pull it out like that, like I'm doing. So when I get down to the end, it's not going to work, right? I'm going to have to go real close and get it to pull out and use that so I can use it all up. Like this. Now I've got to stay really close to the fiber supply because there's so little it won't pull out like I was doing. I'm trying to get 3 of these bats on a bobbin. Got a lot of loose stuff here on this one. And my hand does touch almost all of the single as far as smoothing it as it's passing into the orifice for the bobbin. I used to think I didn't spin woolen right because one of my spinning acquaintances that I would see at get-togethers, gatherings, spun totally different. She would put her finger here, and take her fiber and go way back behind her shoulder with it. Swoosh in. And I'm like, well, I know you're spinning woolen. That's a woolen spun. And she would get really fluffy yarn. It would run up to the fiber supply straightening out as she pulled it, but I never developed that kind of, I tried any number of times, and I never developed that skill. It would make a completely different kind of yarn, I know that. I consistently make like the same yarn, right? That's part of spinning. We all go to our comfort spinning method or whatever. Yes, I did. I made it on my Patrick Green drum carder. I dyed them. This is Shetland. And this one is part of what I called the blue study, which was a light, medium, and dark blue, and this is the medium. I'm finally on the end of spinning it after a long time. These bats went to the state fair, and that's why they never got spun with the rest of them. I've got to dye some roving or top for this year's fair, and I have to come up with a color scheme, right? I'm not going to dye it just all solid color, one color. So, oh darn, I'm going to have to go and look at all these different rovings and everything on the internet. See what kind of color scheme I like. I love purple and green, but it has to be the right purple and the right green together. Unfortunately, I think the last time I did a dyeing for the state fair, that's what I did. I don't really remember. Ouch. Okay, that's why we're getting a new cloth on the... Oh no, that one, that was actually vegetable matter. I thought it was one of the teeth, because just like anything old, my drum carder cloth is losing its teeth. I have a new one, we just haven't put it on yet. I did move it. Okay. This is the last piece that goes on this bobbin. The other thing that starts in May, speaking of fiber fairs, but something entirely different, is a Ren Fair that's in Kentucky, about an hour drive from us. I love going to that. Probably I'm going to have to figure out when, I think it goes into June too, but we're going to have to figure out when to go because I think it's only Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Or maybe it's only Saturday and Sunday. The people that go there that are part of SCA stay there the whole time. They have their own little get-together village kind of thing on the days, the days that the visitors aren't there, the community aren't there, is like them just living in the past. I would enjoy it, but I can't give up that much time, even though I'm retired. And I would assume if the people work, a lot of them are craftsmen, and they have actual shops at the Ren Fair. So I don't know that people can get to the shops on the day the Ren Fair isn't open, but they can use that time for making stuff. And if they're a popular vendor, they probably need that. So they probably spend their day, and maybe night, working on things. Oh, that's it. That's all it is for this one. Can let it go in. Oh, goodness. I am saying Renaissance Fair. I call it Ren Fair, but it's a Renaissance Fair. I just figured Ren Fair was a known anachronism. Sorry about that. Glad you asked. So, I get out my costume with long skirt and smock top and a lace bodice thing and dress up for it. Because one time when I didn't go in costume and was walking along, one lady said, "Mistress, I love your togs. What shire? No, I love your togs. Where did you get them? Where were they made?" That's what she said. Where were they made? And I said, "I got them at Target." And she said, "What shire is Target in?" She never left character. I love it. So now I have a Ren Fair outfit. I even have a mob cap, if you know what I mean, just a white linen cap to wear. I don't have the long hair like I used to. I used to put my long hair up. I only have short hair. Short gray hair now. I guess most of it can get tucked up into the cap, actually. I love the Craftsman. I love seeing that. I always take a drop spindle and fiber, and when I'm sitting, resting, spin with the drop spindle. Sometimes they have a great big embroidery crewel work, actually, because it's done with wool, tapestry out, and it's on a long trestle table, and you can sit there. They have stools all along it. You can sit down and do embroidery. They'll provide you with the wool because they have a specific color scheme that they're following. But they're not hovering, teaching you unless you ask them. I don't know how to do this. They might teach. They're not all about, oh, this has got to be perfect, right? They want people to come and sit down and do it. They do not give you hoops. It's done in the very traditional style that it was done. You've got to put the fabric between your fingers and do your stitching in whatever amount your fingers can hold sort of tight, which I didn't really realize. I thought hoops were a thing all the time, for many years back, but I guess not. Maybe great big ones where they would roll it on there, but they aren't doing that with this. It's been a number of years since I've gone. I don't know what changes they've made, but like I said, it's like going into a village, a true village, because the buildings that's there that's all they have that for. They do other fairs, like a Celtic fair, and use that building. I want to go to a Celtic one sometime. I have never gone to the Celtic one. So the buildings are permanent. I always have trouble with the first pass on a bobbin. I should change it quicker. You know, change hooks quicker, and I never do. Alright, I'm going to take a quick finger break here. I love that color. This is just practically like my background. That background. Do you see blue background around my picture? I don't know how it looks, but I'm not, I mean, since, yeah, you should. I think when I watch the VODs, I see it. That is actually from a photograph of the sky. I just moved it so that I didn't have anything in the picture except the blue, and used it for the background when I was building up my stream, you know, setup. Periwinkle, yeah, it is. I was calling it colonial blue earlier, but periwinkle's a good description. That's a good blue too. Because in the right light, it has a lot more purple in it than you'd think. It's kind of deceiving. Right, this is pulling in too much because I had it set up with more pull when my bobbin got fuller. It's trying to pull it away from me. Yeah, I forgot to move it. I'm in the zone here. I was actually thinking about the color and lilacs, and realized that I could do lilac flowers on my black felt bats that I made for needle felting a picture on. I was thinking about that. I have to have about 3 colors of lilac. Alright, I'm going to do one more here. And that's all I'm going to do for this stream. Let's see if there's anybody to raid. Because my stomach is saying it's supper time. It's a little early, but I didn't have much of a lunch. I think my music's all but disappeared. I know it didn't run out because I'm on a live station on Showhop. That doesn't end, that just keeps going. It wants watermelon. I told hubby, I brought him a dish when I cut it up, and we each had a dish, and I handed it to him, and he waited. I sat down, put mine down on the table. He waited. He says, well, you going to tell me? I said, it's good. It's like, would I give it to you if it wasn't good? I made a couple comments like, I'm surprised how sweet it is, and it's nice and juicy and stuff like that. He didn't say anything, didn't say anything, didn't say anything. Finally he's done and he says, that was pretty good. Just, I was like, gosh, man, a few words. I guess that's why I talk so much. All right. Oh, come on. Lower the light a little bit. So, let's turn off the music and go see who's on streaming. Cozy pizza theme? Huh? Content warning. Okay. I am going to check out somebody that Jem Bryant. I've not. Who is crocheting but not in camera. Anybody have any recommendations? Knitter? Oops, that's an ad. That's an ad. Ooh, that's a pretty shawl. She has Enemy Attic. Yeah, she's making chain mail. I'm having a hard time deciding, to be honest with you. Okay. Where'd she go? Why do people leave when I just get there?
On! No, I do not! On! We're gonna talk about that! Adult professional things? I know! Who does that? Who does right? We're mature. Fucking...
You know, on days when I go through everything twice and I just don't want to go watch any of them, I don't like to raid and not stay. I mean, it's people understand. You've been on streaming and you're ready to go pee or something, you know? They understand that. But I'm just not in the mood today. Sorry about that. Go find somebody you like to watch. In the meantime, have a great few hours left of the weekend. A good start to your Monday. I hope that everything goes well until I see you again on Thursday. Thursday evening, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You all know that. So, I'll be back then. Take care, everybody. Where are you? Bye. Go spin some blue yarn. It's fun.